Stop using words of manipulation in order to get people on your side. Stop playing the victim every time you know that you're the villain. Stop that behavior that you know is going to cause problems. Stop being the problem. Be the resolution. Be a real solution. If we could just do this in 2023, our lives would be better. Just help it. We got this. Okay, can you hear me now? Mic check, mic check. 1 2 1 2. Okay, listen, y'all. I'm excited. I'm excited to be back. What's going on? Listen, let me tell you something about this technology thing. That's how I know we are doing what we're supposed to be doing. That's how I know that this is supposed to happen. That's how I know we are supposed to return back to you guys. I'm super excited. I am excited about today. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. I didn't even have a theme music ready for you. But guess what? I'm here. All right. Welcome to the Simply Her Empowerment Connection show. I am your host, Nikki A. Kaiser. How was your Sunday? Listen, did y'all watch y'all games? Did y'all enjoy the game? Did you enjoy your Sunday service this morning? Did you guys enjoy your hangouts or whatever it is that you do that is so fun and amazing that you do on Sunday? Did you rest? That's something important to know too. Did you rest? Is you rested? What's going on with you? Are you resting? Or is there something that you find yourself doing? Resting and things like that. So that's a question too to be asking. Did you rest today? So I'm super excited. Yes, our guest is here. Ta'Carya Chretien, the author Ta'Carya Chretien, is in the building, and we're super excited. She'll be on the stage soon. But y'all, first of all, let's go ahead on and say hello to our great, amazing sponsors, Elite Professional Services. Hello. Thank you so much for being an amazing, amazing sponsor. If you guys are looking for a financial tax service that is continuously to learn and teach and always helping the community with knowledge about finances and how to better yourselves, why don't y'all go over there and see my girl, Sonia, at Elite Professional Services. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. She's been taking care of us here at the Simply Her Empowerment Connection show for well over 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years or something like that. It's been a long time, and we're excited about her being with us. And of course, you can always let her know that the Simply Her Empowerment Connection show, we sent you to her. Okay. Are you looking for some quality childcare? Are you looking for someone to really seriously help you with your children? I'm talking about educating your kids, making sure your kids are well-rounded. They are getting all of their days and nights and kinks and plays and all these funny stages out, right? So I want to recommend to you an amazing childcare service. It's called Eli's Learning Academy. 1 and 2. No, they just not having one location. They got 2 locations. And you should go over there and check them out. Put your babies in there. Let your babies come and be a blessing to your program, to their program. And also you come in and make a relationship. Come on and make you a little relationship. Because they not only cater to the children, they cater to the parents as well. Because again, they know that we can't do anything without you parents. So therefore, it's not only just a program for children, it's also a program for parents. So there's a resource available. So you guys go ahead on to do me a favor and go and check them out as well. All right, all right, all right. In the words of Mimi, you have been plugged. Yeah, you have been plugged. And if you would like to get a sponsored spot, by all means, go ahead on and send us an email at simplyhermovement@gmail.com. Simplyhermovement@gmail.com. All proceeds that you donate as a sponsor towards this programming, it goes to Simply Her Movement nonprofit organization, where we are always helping our community. We're always making sure we're empowering them. We're always making sure that we're restoring them with resources and great programming. And guess what? There's some good ground to be giving it to. Y'all know it's September, right? You already know it's almost towards the end of the year. You want to get those tax write-offs. So we are 501c3. We can help you with that. And of course, it's going to make you feel real good to know that you're a partner and you are sponsoring an amazing, amazing opportunity for someone to get some assistance and help. All right, y'all. All right, y'all. All right, y'all. All right. Okay. Here we go. Okay, y'all, I'm going to introduce this young lady because not only is she just my kid, but she's also an amazing, amazing teacher. She's an amazing author. She's an amazing person. And she just noticed she had to come on the show because I told her she had to. So she been voluntold today. But no, you guys, I'm super excited about celebrating the author, Ta'Carya Chretien. Yeah, I got my book. Y'all see, I got it signed. Yeah, I was blessed to get my book signed by the illustrator, and not only the illustrator, but I also got it signed by the author too. So I'm just bragging big about it. I'm super excited about her emotional cocktail book. I even poured me an emotional cocktail. Now don't y'all get super save on me. Ain't nothing in here, but it's my emotions, and y'all leave me alone. All right, y'all, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, put your hands together for the author, Ta'Carya Chretien. Yay! Hey, Coy, can you hear me? I can't hear you. You on mute?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Take yourself off mute. You okay?
You put me on mute.
Oh, see, there you go. See, y'all, this how this all starts. This how this starts, y'all. It be your own kids. It be your own kids.
Okay,
Hello,
okay.
Ta'Carya. How are ya?
Hi, how
All
are
right. Do us a favor.
Christian?
Introduce yourself and tell us who you are. And I'm gonna go and pick up our friends and tell them to come on. Go ahead.
I thought you introduced me already. Okay, so I'm Ta'Carya Chretien, born and raised out of Houston, Texas. 77 ways to get paid for city gas down the street. I am a sister, a daughter, granddaughter. I just published my first book. I'm an author. Emotional cocktails, which you can get off of Amazon. I have personal, physical copies. What else? I've been teaching for about 4 years now. I started out at Elmore down the street in CDS. I transferred to Lawson Middle School. So I love teaching. I enjoy what I do. I love help educate and build that foundation for your children. Yeah, so that's pretty much it about me. Um,
That's so nice. Y'all see? She did well. Good job, kid. Good job. All right. Hey, Tanya, what's going on? Your mama's in the building. Tanya's in the building. Hey, y'all, do me a favor. Like, tag, and share this video. Let's get our friends
I
on here
tell you,
and tell them to come on over here and let's talk about these emotional cocktails with the author, Ta'Carya Chretien. So, let's just get right into it. That's a lot you have unpacked and everything. Look, You said a lot of stuff, right? You did. So you said hello. Yes. Y'all go ahead on and tell
Hey,
somebody to come over and
girl.
see. Look, she's talking about, hey girl. There she is. So tell us about, how did you get here with being a part of this emotional roller coaster? But let's start first about, tell us, where did you come from? How did you get here?
How did I meet Nikki A. Kaiser? She tell the story all the time, but she really be telling the tale on me because it's not how okay, so every summer in City Gas Village apartment, again, shout out to the 77 ways to get paid people, you know. But every summer they would have a teen program. Specifically, it was STDs. I don't know if my mom was trying to torture me or not, but she made me go every summer, and Miss Nikki just so happened to be running that program at the time. And from there, it was history. After that, she couldn't get rid of me. That's the light version because she gonna tell a lie on me, but
Really?
she gonna
Okay.
lie on me.
Right.
And I've been a nuisance on her ever since. She can't get rid of me. I met
Yeah,
her at City
definitely.
Gas Village.
Yeah, definitely. And so you guys, I like to make sure that our guests are able to tell the history of how they came connected, because this season's theme is her side. The her side is you telling your story, telling your version, telling your situation about how things occur. And then not only that too, it's just a reminder to me to tell me that something has happened good in the midst of everything. So I'm just getting a few little reminders. But for the most of it, Takoya, yeah, there was a light version. Your mama didn't just make you come to the program.
She
She
did
knew
make
that
me
you
go
needed.
because I was like, ugh, STD. What? Why I need to go to that?
Wait a minute. That wasn't
13,
all we
by the
was
way,
teaching.
y'all. I was 13, by the way.
That is not all we was teaching. That you were very excited about learning about exes. You was very excited. You and your little friends, they wanted to know how to be safe. And I didn't understand. I was a little shocked. They was the little
Man,
quiet girls in the corner. So I believed. So parents, watch your quiet kids.
we still quiet. What you mean?
Yeah,
We
okay.
still be in the corner giggling.
Right, right, exactly. Giggling, and I don't know what be going on over there. But you guys, I'm super excited about Sequoia being a part of that team program, because I want to remind parents of, it does take a village to help you raise your children. And I'm super excited about being a part of the village, literally in City Gas Village, where I grew up at as a child. And then to come back and be able to give back to the community and pour into Sequoia and some more of her rowdy friends who also I was not able to get rid of. And so I inherited. People always ask me when I tell them, okay, I am a mother of 6 children. I gave birth to 2. Shout out to the moms. Oh, yes. And happy Grandparents' Day today to all the parents, all grandparents. I'm a grandma, so I'm super excited about that. But I gave birth to 2 children naturally, but God gave me 4 more additional children who just would not let me go. They would not let me go. And Takoya is my oldest daughter, who would not let me go. I tried
You
to
wouldn't
drop
let
her
me
off.
go.
Girl, please. I tried to drop you off at the front door and at the fire station across the street and tell
I
the
was
people
just
that,
like at the fire station. She tried to leave me there.
but
She forgot I stayed across the street, so I was coming
right.
back.
And she could walk back. And so the people kept telling me, don't bring her over here no more. But no, definitely, you guys, I was super excited about her mom entrusting me. Big shouts out to Tanya. Thank you so much for entrusting me to be a part of your daughter's life. And not only just to be a part of her life, but to help her navigate through some things in life itself. And so I want to encourage parents to continue on to get involved in your youth community programs that are positive pushing. And this is the results of really seriously a real positive program. So Claudia, tell us about what exactly in that program itself that brought you to a place to where you were really interested in continuously to come, not just because your mama told you to, but what was some other things that really seriously that you can look at today as an adult, that you really seriously couldn't see, but you knew it was something that brought you to that program?
I honestly think just having a voice, like, I know community is a big thing to use. Shout out to Simply Her movement because I still keep involved in my community, or at least I try to. So I think just the community that was built around City Gas Village and how the adults at that time continuously poured into my life as well as the people around us to give us a fighting chance in society, period. Like, I think without that, and then it was just engaging. It was always something to do. And then the other thing was you introduced us to things like that just City Gas Village didn't have. Like, we got to go outside into the real world. Like, I don't play golf, but you introduced me to playing golf and of course, shout out to my sorority, Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated.
All right,
I was
C5B.
introduced to that because you took us to the step show where Mad Hatter was hosting it downtown at the what was it, the Marriott?
No, no, that was a Hilton.
Oh, one of them fancy ones, you know. But
Shout out
just
to the Omegas.
we was trying to sneak in after. We was like, "Can we stay?" He was like, "No,
No,
you're going home." But no,
no,
get in the van. Let's go. But just those opportunities, like you was able to show us that it was so much more beyond City Gas Village. And
yeah,
I think between the community and then just keep finding ways to keep us engaged and entertained and excited and interested and involved is really important for
yeah.
kids. If you can pique their interest, then you can like mold and shape their foundation. So I think that was what it was for me.
Absolutely. Big shouts out to Allison Brooks. How's it going? She said, iron sharper than iron have to pour into our young folks. Exactly, Allison. Absolutely. Allison is one of my amazing mentors in the nonprofit sector. She truly, honestly, is a part of, and Allison actually was my boss at the time when we when we were taking you
Please.
guys over there, when we was going over there to City Gas. I've had many a days of telling her about how I choose not to go to City Gas, but she encouraged me and said, "No, Nikki, you can do it." And so it was her as well as a person who pushed me into that place with you guys because that program was honestly it was a brand new program. It was really seriously a little trial and error. I never forget that we were in need of having to take care of some grant funding. And so they just told me, Nikki, go over to City Gas. There's a guy named Tyler waiting to see you.
Shout
And
out to Mr. Tyler.
yeah, shout out to Tyler because Tyler was like, yeah, come on, man, whatever you can do with them if they show up. And I was like, if they show up. It was almost
I
like one of those
I'm
moments of,
glad
I don't know.
I'm glad like it was a dose like that. Like you took us to college and we wasn't even in college for real, but we got the experience to sit in a college classroom and listen to professors or speakers. Like Mr. Tyler was grilling us every 6 weeks. What them grades look like? Let me see them report
Yeah,
cards. Like why you like it I think this was a vital part of at least my childhood. You know, I can't speak for
absolutely.
everybody else.
Well, I can honestly say that you guys really, truly, honestly, you were very good kids that, and when I say good kids, you guys are really good and open to learning so many things. Like y'all are really, truly into learning how to um, be better students. Y'all are really into that area of, I want to be engaged in everything that's going on. So I appreciate y'all for that and trusting that, hey, we was going to go somewhere and have a good time because that was the main thing. It was that, hey, we had to pique your interest in some kind of way because if we didn't pique it, y'all was going to find another interest to have. And so, and y'all, I'm talking about this program. We took care of 87 children. Myself, big shouts out to my sisters, to Shar Wilson and Alicia Robinson. And man, they were amazing, amazing volunteers. Then we had Miss Cheryl and also Miss Terry. Man, they was great, amazing volunteers. We're talking about 5 people, 5 adults with 87 children plus their siblings as well. And we were just trying our best to make sure that you guys had a very much well memorable childhood that would keep you safe and out of harm's way. And I can honestly say that you guys, Koya, y'all have been doing some amazing things. I see my babies that are still connected to me, that y'all are doing amazing. You're living a great life and everything, and you're doing great things. And so I'm super proud of you guys. And I am really, really excited about the parents who they didn't know what to expect from me, but they did just respect me enough and allowed me to teach you guys. And so I'm so happy that I have two strong women that are showing me and also pouring into my babies. I love Grandma Nikki and TT Coy. Oh, look at that. There goes Chantel. Hey,
Hey, girl.
yeah. And today my grandbaby is 6 months today. So big shouts out to Elise Simmons. Yeah, Sugar Pops. Y'all know Sugar Pops. So we excited about that. And thank you, Chantel, for noticing that, because that's what it was about. That's what it is about and everything. So tell me, Koya, how did you decide that you too wanted to do education?
I kind of just jumped in here first.
All right, good job, good job, good job. Hello, Eli Learning Academy is in the building. Hello, Miss Chandra, Eli.
Hey, Miss Eli. Education. Why education? I feel like foundation is important. Um, I hear it a lot of times. Federal is spoil the child,
Mhm.
and
Oh, that's
you
Bob.
you have to teach children what it should look like, what the way the world is supposed to work. So I just feel like if you get them the foundation, whether they stray or lose sight of what's important, they're always going to come back home if they have
Mhm.
the necessities needed to thrive and survive.
Yeah.
And that's coming from personal experience. Like, even when I struggled and I know I've strayed, because I had the foundation that I needed, I know I could always go back to my roots, what was grounded and rooted in me to be able to survive. Because if you
Mhm.
don't have foundation, you bound to get lost. So I
That's
think
good.
that
That's good. Hello, ladies that are joining us. What's going on? Alicia Carter, what's going on? Carter, she's back in the building, y'all. Hello, Miss Harmony. How are you? Yes, definitely. Oh, I love that. I love that. Yes, ma'am. Foundation. So that is something that truly, honestly is important. And so now that you have entered into the early child care um, educational, now you're in the middle school, the secondary level. Um, how do you see it? Is there any apologies you want to give me, or anything you
I'm
want
ready
to
to
say to me? Because
I'm ready to
y'all thought I
retire
was
because
tough.
I'm gonna say you ain't tell me that side of it. You didn't tell me the hard side of it.
Yeah, yeah,
It looked fun from where I was sitting at first, but
yeah.
uh, as an educator, and I'm still a newbie. Of course,
Yeah.
I'm always growing and learning. Like I say, this
LaShonda
is
said,
just
good point. LaShonda, Miss Eli said, good point.
that I'm a newbie.
No, she's saying good point that what you were saying, your last statement.
Oh, I was gonna say, cause it make me want to retire for real, for real. Uh,
Baby, please, you ain't even seen that yet.
that's what I'm saying. That's why I want to retire.
Oh,
Uh,
Lord.
as an educator, of course, and this is my opinion. Everybody has an opinion. So do I. I feel like it is stressful. It is hard, and
Mm-hmm,
especially for you to have to like really love on somebody else's children. So I think that you gotta have tough skin to be an educator. You gotta have a lot of patience, and you
mm-hmm,
gotta really want to again pour into the babies to build their foundation, because we're coming from all walks of life. We coming from different struggles, and
mm-hmm.
some adults don't realize that kids struggle, and some kids struggle way worse than adults do. So you
Yeah,
gotta have that mindset to be prepared to put your boxing gloves on, your army boots when you walk in the classroom every day, because dealing with so many diverse children and then to deal with diverse parents too.
yeah. That's true.
And
That's good.
then on top of the politics behind education and the background work for education is a lot, and so you gotta mentally be prepared for that.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, because I had to be mentally prepared for what I was experiencing with the children that I had.
So let me just say, now, and that's the difference between, so yes, you've been an educator for way longer than I have, before I was even thought of. Let's just start there. But the dynamic in which I met you, it was like it was free and open. The dynamic in which I'm in education, like, you can't cut corners, or it's like it's policed. Like, with you, what we learned was natural. We could be ourselves. It would, of course, there was discipline and structure, but it was just like it wasn't forced. Everything we learned came natural, and you let us learn that by being just ourselves and being natural. Whereas in education, it's a certain standard. You got to move a certain way. You got to teach a certain thing. Like, you can let, and you can, but it's like red tape and paperwork behind the way kids learn, and that's that. And the politics behind being educated is really why I'm always talking about I want to retire.
Right. Well, I want to be the first to let you know here on this platform. Yeah, I know exactly what you're speaking of, baby. it was
I
not
know.
it was
I
not it
know.
was not a walk in the park of trying to make sure that people understood that it was important that you guys were able to experience and explore and go out and have those same opportunities as others, especially serving children in underserved, underprivileged communities. Everybody wasn't okay with taking you guys to $1 million homes and allowing you guys to explore in those homes and not thinking that somebody's going to come back with those people things, right? Um, and then it was it was hard to try to get parents on board. Not all parents were on board with their children coming into the program and participating. There was some pushback from that because even the parents who we thought that would give us a problem, which was my children who needed a little special TLC closer to me, uh, but the parents who children they felt as if their children were exempt. But then when life happened and a few situations came about, I found myself in a couple of courtrooms speaking on behalf of good behavior for these particular kids, right? So it was a lot of things that I did endure, and I'm not saying that um, it was easy. I'm saying that I believe that that foundation that was laid is another opportunity for you guys as educators now today. You're able to walk on, and of course, with my other educator friends that are on, I'm sure they too will agree. We had a question right here for you, Ta'Carya. What advice can you give for parents now putting their children in early learning? What are some things that we can do as parents that will help you guys as teachers? That's a good question. That's a really good question. Hey, Jess, what's going on? Jess Escalante is in the building. That's a good
I
question there.
just I think it's a great question too. I think just again, everything starts at home. So just small stuff. Having your baby like identify certain things. So what's this? What does that sound like? What, just the basics. Letters, phonics, numbers. 1 plus 1 is 2. I teach my nieces at home. Like, I buy them a book. So really small, they were like, even though they couldn't read, they're flipping the pages. So they know
Mhm.
it's a book, learning the direction in which books go, just small things. And if you make it a habit, they'll become interested in that, pick it up. Like my 1 year old niece Saya, she can't read, but she'll tote a book around. And tote a book and forcefully throw it in your face, like, you gonna read this to me?
Yeah, yeah.
So just, I mean, I think if you insert yourself with your child as a kid and imagination, working at the daycare,
What day
um,
here you work at, baby? Because what day
Children
here
Living
you
Life
work?
Development
No,
Center,
baby, we don't know. Children of Life Development has
Children Living
never
Life
been a
Development
daycare.
Center,
It has
just
never been a daycare. We are a what?
learning center.
Exactly. Don't get it twisted.
But just working at the learning center and just
Yeah.
Miss Nikki would walk in the room and be like, "What? You down here with these kids? You acting like a big old kid." I'm just like, yeah, so they can see it's okay. It's natural, and especially small babies, they learn off of imagination and just play. So just I would say be a big kid yourself and
Yeah.
just enjoy those small things. Cause as an adult, sometimes you don't get the opportunity to enjoy that stuff. Just reading in a quiet place or just playing. I dress up with my niece. My niece come in my room with her purse and her shoes on. And just small stuff like that
Yeah.
would
I think
I
that
think will help and encourage them for when it's time to go into public school.
that's a good deal. I like that. Um, it is so important. And of course, y'all, I do make sure that it's noted and known that we are a learning center. We're not a daycare. There is a
Excuse me,
difference.
not a you're right,
That's
it's
right. That's right. There
they
is a
just drop the
difference.
kid off and and they just watching from 9 to 5, that's not it.
Yeah,
She made us work for real, and it was certain standards, high standards, and if you couldn't meet them, you had to go.
that's right.
And
Because again, we cannot replace what?
she would make me do the firing if you wasn't doing what you was supposed to do.
That's because that was your position. Whatever.
She would
Because
make me
again,
do
you
the
guys, I believe in legacy as well. It is very important that, like I said, Carly is one of my children. That is my oldest daughter. And so she is a part of my legacy, right? And parents, treat your children and position your children so that they can be able to carry on the legacy. Now, y'all know I talk about this all the time. My oldest son, Damaris, he is not. Y'all know Dooney. Dooney is going to take simply her
haters.
and tell y'all simply not. Close it down. If the Lord takes my life and closes my eyes and send me on in, y'all ain't gonna have no more simply her dealing with Damaris. But I think he may have a better chance with Takoya, Kaiser. She may, and Kylan, he probably gonna just say he'll be in the middle lines too. But Damaris says no. And I love it when they have those conversations with me because it teaches legacy. I'm teaching my children legacy. And now that I have my grandkids, baby, listen, I don't know where the legacy is going to go when it comes down to them, but I do know that there is foundation there, just as what Takoya just said with her nieces, how she is laying a foundation so that they too can have something to build on. And this is where that village system comes into place, you guys, of how you create a moment and an opportunity. I never would have thought that Takoya wanted to be a teacher, but it was something that had been brought into her. She said, I didn't want to either. But it
I
was some
never would
things
have
that was brought into her that she told me she wanted to be a superintendent of schools. She wanted to be a superintendent. So I told her, I said, well, if you can make it in early child care, you can make it in the school district, and all of what it is. And she really, y'all, she can. She's a great, amazing educator and a great leader as well. And so I'm super proud of the kid. And I'm just excited to know that she's seeing education in the new today and is able to help navigate through it. And not only that, she don't take for granted her positioning of what it is that she does. So, Koya, let's jump into this. And if y'all got some questions, y'all got some
ask
things you
your
want to talk about,
questions.
y'all
I'm
go
an
ahead
open
on and
book.
put your questions in the chat. We want to be able to talk and discuss this. Y'all like, tag, and share the video. Again, let me plug in our sponsors. Thank you again to our amazing sponsors. Thank you, Elite Professional Services. If you guys are needing your taxes done, y'all know tax season is getting ready to come. You need some financial advice and a look at your taxes and your finances, go ahead on and call Elite Professional Services. Sonia should be able to help you. And if you are looking for some great quality care, like we said, no daycare, and we're talking about early learning
Learning
programming.
centers.
And so I got a great person that can really help you out. LaShandra Eli at Eli's Learning Academy, 1 and 2. She got 2 locations, franchising, y'all. She can help you. Go ahead on and let her know that the Simply Her Empowerment Connection show has recommended her location for your early child care needs. They have before and after school program at 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. and it's Monday through Friday. So y'all come on over there. Not only are they serving the children, they're also providing great resources to the parents as well. So it's a well-rounded program. Y'all need to be a part of that. Okay. And if you would like to be a sponsor here for our show, remember that sponsoring is a great thing because all proceeds that you sponsor in will go towards our nonprofit organization, Simply Her Movement. And we are a nonprofit organization, 501c3. And everything we do it for the community. So all proceeds do go to our community. All right. You have been plugged in the famous words of Mimi. You have been plugged. Okay. So, Koya, let's get into this book. Emotional cocktails, y'all. Listen, I got my cocktail. Don't judge me. Ain't nothing in my cocktail. It's a mocktail.
I don't think I had none of those in the book, but maybe the next one.
You got one. You
A
got one in
mocktail?
the book. A
Oh,
mocktail.
I do.
The,
I
the confession. That's all that is.
You're right, right,
Lord Jesus. Is
right.
the communion. That's it.
It's not
Everything else. Everything else is you better watch it at your own risk.
at your own risk. I'm telling you
At
now.
your own risk. So let me see. Y'all, let me go ahead on and tell y'all about this one here. On I'm just gonna read a little snippet of it because I want the people to understand. I'm on page 4. Yeah. And it's called definition of trust. Trust, stepping out on faith. Trust, somewhere to escape. Trust, knowing that it can't be broken. Something that can't be stolen or replaced. Trust, this word replays in my mind, knowing that it can stop at the drop of a dime. It's really the IV to one lifeline. Trust is like a religion, hope for things that can't be seen. At this point in this day and age, people really don't even understand what the word trust really means. Always trying put their own meanings and spending on everything. However, with that being said, what is the meaning of trust to you? And the drink you will take in is going to be a pink pandy. That's all I can say. Get your book.
Okay.
Get your book.
Get
So
your book.
Koya, what was going on with that? What was going on with that? The pink pandy, the pink lemonade, the pinnacle vodka, whipped cream, baby. This child, y'all, emotions. That right there alone is an emotion in itself. I remember back in the day when I used to drink
Emotions
pink pandy.
taking me over, caught up in sorrow.
What?
That's it. Beyonce, Destiny Child, emotions.
Okay, so
Oh,
y'all,
that's not your ever.
get y'all. Okay, tell me about that one there, child. Definition of trust.
So, I feel like I try to reciprocate. That's something that's big for me. That word reciprocation. So I just be trying to give people what I want, and people don't be doing that in return. So
Mm,
it's just like
mm,
what the poem says. People try to put their own definition on everything instead of just taking it for what it is. So
mm,
I was trying to figure out what does trust mean to people.
mm. Yeah. So when you found yourself, tell me what thoughts did you really seriously have in this in putting this out, this amazing book um, of poems and just thoughts. I mean, just y'all. It's a light read, but it's a powerful read. Let's go there. Like it's light in weight, but baby, when the girl gets to reading about this, the child, and you get your little cocktail and your mocktails, child, you just start waving the little fan like, oh Jesus, wait a minute. So what did what brought you to this place?
You want me to be honest?
No, no, I want you to lie. I want you to be honest.
The truth, trust, huh?
Yeah,
Um,
no, we want some truth over here. We don't be playing no.
honestly, so I've been writing for years. Like I felt like it was an outlet. Um, and if you read the book, I tell you that when you get in before you get into like the meat of the book.
Mhm,
But this current book that I wrote, it was just some of the emotions and experiences I went through as an adult. And especially when I was going through a phase in my life where, of course, I had my support system in my village, but it was like it was hard to like excuse me express myself because I was going through a rough phase in my life, and it was like more so maybe shame, disappointment sometimes because of the situation I was going through. Again, transparency. I was in a domestic violence relationship, and again, my village was there, but at the same time, that situation took a toll on them. So it was like, who could I talk to and like just be transparent and honest and like not feel the disappointment coming from my village. So
mhm.
at that time I started back writing and I came across you one day and I was like, hey, I think I want to write a book. But I didn't take it I didn't take it as serious as I said it. And you was like, okay, start writing. And we left that conversation at that. And then I
But
came back
wait.
around.
Stop right there. Stop right there. Y'all, did y'all hear her say that? How do you say to someone who knows that you are a three-time published self-author and also own a publishing company, her pen rights publishing company, and you
Her
tell
pen,
this
shout out
person,
to her
you tell
pen.
them that, and her pen with friends, you tell these people that you just want to write and then you think they ain't gonna tell you, baby, let me tell y'all something. Don't be sitting up here telling your people who do these things, this is their life, this is what they're about. You don't tell folks who push
Can
people
I
to
finish
greatness.
my point, please?
Yeah, go on finish your point, because at this point, and it be your own children, y'all.
I had told Mika Akon today, but me at the time, and me being me, if you know me, I'm goofy and I be want to play. So I said that, and in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, oh, it would be dope to be in conversation with somebody, be just like, oh yeah, I wrote a book, and I left the conversation at that. Came back around to visit and check on you, and you was like, so what happened to you writing a book? And I was like, oh, well, I I say, well, I've been writing. I'm always writing. And he was like, okay, so what you doing? Where's it? Why I ain't seen it? What we waiting on? How long you gonna wait? Like
That's
you
right.
wanted the whole blueprint, and I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know. He was like, all right, kid, whatever.
That's right. Because
Came
I'm
back
that
a
mama.
third time. Came back a third time. You was like, so what we waiting on? I'm still waiting on you. I was like, okay, okay. So from there, it just flourished to what it is today.
Because the rules is what? We play what over here?
I don't know.
What sport do we play? What is it? Baseball. Go ahead on and tell them. One, two, three strikes, you're what? Uh-huh. Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I have been writing. I keep a journal with me. So if I hear something or see something or something just run across my mind, I'm always writing it down. If I have a experience and it triggers something, I type it in my phone or whatever the case may be. But always writing. I'm always writing. I have stuff written around, laying around now. Like I got pieces of paper everywhere, just laying around with words on it. So I'm always writing.
That's right. That's right. And that's what it is. That's what it's about. It's about writing it out. I mean, yeah, writing is a very big, a very big stress reliever. You can definitely Chantel, I see your question. We're gonna come back to it. Um, it's a big stress reliever that will really truly honestly help you navigate through. And you guys, the thing is, this here is what I always say and see is that me as a parent, I'm a parent first. As a parent, I cannot come out into this world and give the world so many great things and not make sure that I'm pushing those same great things within my children. Because hey, if you got it in you and that's what you're trying to do, then that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna make sure that we do that. We're gonna make sure that you are getting in your 100%. And so that's what we're going to be making sure that we can definitely see happening for everything that you got going on. And then it brought some greatness to your vision. Cause baby, you pulled it off. Y'all, she had an amazing book signing. Oh my God. It was so amazing. Like I was in tears, y'all. I was really shocked in tears. She cried too.
Don't
And
tell people that. People know I'm hard. I'm big. My name
right,
Big Dog, y'all. My alter ego.
right. Okay. Okay. And crybaby too.
I'm not a crybaby. Everybody
No,
ain't gonna see all of that. You
right.
might
You
only
got
see 3 points.
emotional. You got emotional. She felt like her book. She had an emotion. I guess it was because she had a cocktail or two. I don't know.
No, it had nothing.
But you know what was so crazy? You know what was so crazy, y'all, about the book? And for Koya to say um, she was in a domestic violence situation and she had a support system. And she knows that's the craziness of it all is that I know somebody's probably saying, now, Nikki, how did she get in a domestic violence um, relationship and you was her whole one of her great parents, right? Baby, listen, all her parents don't play games when they come down to the children. So you know how sometimes people spare, and let's talk about that because y'all know we are a nonprofit organization that support child cruelty. We are against that and we support the children in domestic violence situations, right? So we are against the child cruelty. And to know that your child has been involved in a domestic situation, it hits close to home. Baby, listen, she knew naturally that if I call these people, it's gonna be a whole lot of stuff that's gonna go down. And we always gonna be in a part of the prison ministry. I can tell you that for sure. I would have been a part of the prison ministry, would have been streaming video call from the local TDCJ because I'm going that well for my children, right? And of course, her parents, her birth parents too, are big on that. And so when she was able to, y'all, it was so beautiful how she unfolded her story the day of her book signing. And I want to tell you, kid, I'm super proud of you. She unfolded her story through a poem that she wrote. And when I tell you that room was like in stock awe, but so supportive still, y'all, it was like, oh my God. Oh my God. And for me to get an opportunity to read this before time, I had to call a few folks. And I had to, I couldn't call the folks that I wanted to call because these are the people that would have said, okay, well, where he at? Because yeah, he not finished yet. Again, remember, y'all, I'm a parent. And this child is telling me that somebody hurt her. And I'm like, wait a minute. And when she said, who can I tell? Who can I trust? Basically what she was saying was, who can I really tell this to and they're not going to go out there and really seriously do some hurt harm, right? And I'm sure there was times when she probably was in the midst of it and was like, at this point, I don't even care. But do you guys really realize and understand in domestic violence situations that the victim still wants to protect the hurt, the abuser? They still want to make sure that that abuser is okay because they understand. Hey, Webb, what's going on? They understand that if these people get a hold to you who don't have the same connection and emotion that I have to you, your life is out of there. Because see, our only concern is her, right? We love our children's friends and relationships and what they deal with. We love them because they love them. That's not only with our children, that's with people that we love, period. We love what you love because you love it. When it's over, listen, it's over. We're done. We care for what you care for. We concerned about what you're concerned about. But truthfully, honestly, the way she unpacked her story, and y'all, today is the first time that I've ever heard her say, I was in a domestic violence situation. And I sit proud. I sit proud to know that my baby has voiced herself But not only that, she's written it out, and now she has more story to be able to help with a book to get the interest, pique the interest, and I mean, really seriously pull you in. But not only that, too, now, Corey, you got a place and a platform to really talk about how you want to advocate. So let's talk about that. Let's unfold that. So knowing that your book has written has written a story for you, how do you see yourself advocating
Advocating for
domestic
domestic
violence, or just or just relationships, or what? Even if you, I mean, have you even thought about that?
advocating for domestic violence. No, I just, I people call me nonchalant and they feel like I'm emotionalist or I act like a man. I'm too masculine.
Oh, who said that?
And
Give
I
me their
just,
names.
I'm not giving you their names. Hey, you just said you only care for them until I stop caring for them.
Well,
So we
I
know
tell
where
you
that's
one thing for sure, sir. If you're watching,
going. I just, I had never thought about it, but of course, if somebody comes and asks me, hey, or tell me, hey, I got a situation, I feel like you could understand. I think, uh, and Pastor Paul's talked about it today. Shout out to my pastor.
shout out to
Um,
Tabernacle of Praise, Pastor Piles.
Compassion. So you gotta have compassion. I think if somebody approached me, then I would do my best to advocate because I've been in that situation and I know what it's like. And just the world we living in today, some people don't make it to get through that. And honestly, me just thinking about my own situation, just the way I lived and how I had to leave, some people don't get the opportunity to leave. Some people lose their lives behind stuff like that. And um I joke about it, or we joke about it now, but I'm grateful that we can make some light out of it. So I will advocate if need be because never know. I could be saving a life or helping somebody get out of a harmful situation. So
Yeah. Well, definitely you are. Definitely you are. Let me tell you that straight off. You are actually helping someone when you do share your story, because we are overcomers by our stories. And by letting someone know that there is hope, there is ways. And again, domestic violence situations are so different in um how they come about. And so to have this situation and being able to say, okay, this is what I'm going to do in my situation. And that right there alone, just telling how you escaped or how you were able to navigate through it, that right there will help that person that's directly in it. They could probably utilize um, the things that you have experienced, and said, okay, this is a way that I can also get through this. This is the way that I can also see myself pulling out, and being able to get some help through this, because we definitely want to make sure that we are able to tell our testimony, no matter how hard it is and how we feel about it. We still got to be able to share our stories and to tell someone, this is what I have experienced and this is where I'm headed, and this is what it is that you can do. And
I
so,
got
yeah.
I will say it wasn't easy, and of course a lot of times people say things are easier said than done. Honestly, in the moment when I left, I had to just leave. I had to just get up in that moment, make a abrupt decision, and just leave. Like I honestly feel like there's no way to plan it. Nothing ever goes really as planned. Like
Mhm.
if you are listening to this, show, you just wanna just if you are ready, and that's the other thing, the few people I did talk to would always tell me, "Well, friend, when you ready, you'll get up and you'll make the right decision for you. Nobody could tell you what to do or how to do it. So whenever you're ready," and I just think in that moment, I just kind of had to be ready to
Yeah,
walk away.
absolutely. That's the truth. So people who are not understanding how domestic violence work, A lot of times it is looked upon, oh, you stupid. You stand at let me help somebody who know a family member that's going through domestic violence, who has experienced domestic violence, who is teeter-tottering and you're having these little issues of domestic violence, or you possibly could find yourself in domestic violence, but you ain't saying nothing about it. Let me help you. When you are ready to go, you're not gonna need nobody to help you beyond the fact is that if you running and you trying to get to safety, then you're gonna holler and say something then. But when you're getting ready to leave and you're fed up and you're done, you're gonna do everything you can to get out of it. There is so many stages and so many places and spaces because it's really truly honestly, it's a mental mindset along with everything else, the physical, the emotional, and everything that comes with it. It's a mental mindset. And so when you're ready to go, you're going to go. You're going to go. Your heart, mind, body, soul, and everything going to tell you, let's go. And so, like how you say, you're leaving everything because the only thing you want is your own life and your own safety to be what it is. And so once you are ready to go, then it's going to happen because so many people want to come in. Come on, let me help you. Come on, let me help you. And of course, if you go back, you go back, you go back. That's a part of the process of what happens. We
Mhm.
just always pray and hope that you're able to come to safety alive and not in a box. So that's really what it is when your village want to be a part of getting you to where you need to be. I know it is some abrupt words. I know it is some emotions and also some things that we all say. Because let's just be honest about it. Koya is important to me, her mom, her dad, her grandma, her uncles, her everybody. She's important to her grandfather. She's important to her neighbors. She's important to her community. She's important to all of us, not important to the people who caused that harm. And when she was important to them, they didn't know how to really seriously come through and emotionally tell the truths of where they were because they too have their own story. But
Mhm.
our story was not concerned in regards to their story. Our story was concerned about her, right? And so when we do honestly think about it, Koya, when you were thinking about your village of support, how did you um, even if you didn't, how did you really see, how could you find someone to talk to? I heard you say that your friend said when you were ready to come out of it, you will. So how did you really seriously see yourself navigating through it in the midst of the drop everything and go?
Um, what's the question again?
Well, how did you see yourself navigating through the drop everything and go?
Like I say, I literally, I just, and so you say your mind, heart, and everything will be ready to go, and I could honestly say for me, like it was more. I'm not gonna say that my heart was ready to go. It was more so a mindset and my safety, like
Mhm.
um, in the safety of others, because I was told one day that you don't think about how your actions affect other people.
Yeah.
And I was honestly hurt when it was told to me. I was like, why do you think I would ever put you in harm's way? That's why I didn't tell you. That's why I didn't, have those conversations with you because I know where it would lead to.
Mhm.
So when I like I said, when I decided to leave, I just had to make a conscious decision to get up and go.
Mhm.
Um, like I say, I'm grateful that I'm out of the situation and I was able or given the opportunity to leave. Like it was nobody but God who set it up for me to leave.
Absolutely.
Because honestly and truly, I feel like if I didn't leave the way I left and when I left, I'd have probably still been there.
Mm.
I'd have still been there.
Mm.
And I feel like I wouldn't see, the growth and just this side of my life now. But of course, I also know the best lesson is about lesson. I probably was a little
Mhm.
hard head too. But my mama always said, and she said all the time, and I think I recently posted this on Facebook. It may not always be your fault, but it is your problem, and you have to deal with it accordingly. So I just
Mhm.
try to
Good
deal with
words, Sonia.
and some people say I need therapy, and I probably do. But I feel like I'm thriving. I'm in a safe space, and I think the other most important thing about my leaving is like I have like so much peace
Mhm.
now than versus when I did when I was in that relationship because I feel like I never had peace. I
Yeah.
never had peace. It was always something. So now I'm living in peace and sometimes that scares me. Somebody told me I was always living in survival mode. So I'm
Mhm.
so used to being in survival mode, I'm just waiting for something to happen instead of just
Mhm.
appreciating my peace. So, you know, it's
Yeah.
you live and you learn and you just try to do better. I think the biggest thing for me is my my fear is that I grow up to be an old fool and I'm trying to make sure I don't fall back into those patterns. That's
Mhm.
the biggest thing.
Well, don't be fearful of that. You have so much life and so many things that you will experience. I'm glad you said that you don't want to be an old fool because there are a
Oh,
lot of example of old fools out
I
there.
think that's crazy. I do not want to be no old fool.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
um,
I think
yeah.
that I listen. That is a great statement. What you just said. I believe some more folks need to take that on and say, "Oh, they don't want to be no old fools." And that's because again that you make these choices and decisions that they really do affect your whole entire movement, and we all have. That's one thing for sure is that we all make mistakes. This is something I believe truly that the younger generation has to learn and know that life has consequences. Yes, ma'am, you said it best. Bought lessons, baby, are the best taught lessons. If you buy it, you got to go ahead on
You
and
gotta
go
use
through.
that bad boy. And
Yeah.
then my dad, he always says, do you want to spend your 30s and 40s cleaning up your 20s and your 30s? Like, I'm currently 31, so I'm cleaning up and mending and fixing the stuff that I broke when I was 20 and then when I was in my teens. He like, do you want to be 40 cleaning up your 30s? Do you want to be 50 cleaning up the stuff you did from your 20s, 30s, and 40s? And I'm looking back on it, I'm like, no, I don't want to. I don't want to be there. Like
Well,
that's not the mindset I have. Like so I'm trying to get it right now. So I don't have to clean that mess up when
here's
I'm
what I
40,
will
50,
say.
and
Here's what
60.
I will encourage you and let you know that don't sit there and try to clean it up. It happened. Own it. Own it, learn from it, move forward to your next because it is a lesson that you have acquired in your younger 20s, your teenage years that's going to help you navigate through the next. Just as what you said, I don't want to go back into that. I enjoy this place called peace. I don't want to sit in survival mode. I want to live in thrive and knowing that I'm pushing and I'm moving. If I choose to stop today, it's my stop. It's my choice. I'm going to be okay with just stopping. I'm going forward. I'm not living in a place where I'm going to get less than what I desire and what is mine. And you got to let yourself off the hook. You know this from watching and seeing that we cannot continue on to push forward, right? And don't enjoy the ride as you go. So that's one of the things too is that you got to stay focused mindset to say I'm going to really seriously give myself some grace. That's where I'm at this year is giving
It's
yourself
funny
grace.
that you're saying that word grace because
Mhm.
I had a conversation with my sisters and they brought up the word grace. I'm like, okay. But my question to her was, how much grace do you need?
God gives you new mercies, new grace every day. He gives it every day. Every day you get it. New mercies, new grace every day. So until he stop you from breathing, that's when it's over. But now don't get in it and get silly with it. Get in it and go forward. Because again, you'll know, you'll know when the change of the time and the grace that you need, it's going to show up. It always does, right? Because
Mhm.
remember, you can only sit and stagnant so long. It goes back to what we talked about with your book. I asked you 3 times. After that, you think I was going to ask you again?
You probably would have.
No, 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 no,
You
no,
probably
no. I was
pull
not.
my
After
card
the
and be
third,
like,
after the third time, we played what over here?
you probably would have pulled my card and be like, okay, now what's really going on?
I wouldn't have. I wouldn't
Yes,
because
you would.
I wouldn't.
Yes, you
Here's what I'm doing with y'all. I'm letting my
would.
children be grown. I'm letting y'all be as grown as y'all want to be these days. I'm giving y'all
You sound
freedom
like
to be
mama.
grown. Yeah. And see, I think that's y'all nervous part. Ooh, Lord, she letting us be too grown. Yeah, be grown. Be grown. What I told y'all with them tattoos. Get them in your face. Get them all over your ears and your eyes and just get it in.
I got 3 tattoos.
It's
That's
okay.
it.
3 too many. Oh, just get it in your eyes. Get it in your face. Get on your forehead. What you gonna say? Put it underneath. Just get it all in your face. Yeah. And
Okay.
this is how y'all. This is how I talk to my children because
This is
they
how she
know my
talked to me.
expectations for them.
She
And
told me,
somebody would say,
get stupid on your forehead.
yeah, it gets stupid on your forehead. Yeah. Put it out there. Yeah, definitely. And to someone who doesn't understand my parenting style, I am an eagle parent. I teach them like eagles teach their children. They take them up in the nest, they put a barrel, they put them little thorns around it, they build it with thorns so that they will not get comfortable. I want them to thrive and strive. I'll go and check on them, but at the same time, I need them to thrive and strive. Yes, ma'am. So let's answer this question. Chantel said, how do you deal with kids that will exceed and talk at home, but once they go to school, they are shy and they don't talk as much? It feels like maybe they're going back and forward. They're going
Okay.
backwards.
So, I think that what they do talk a lot about in these professional development trainings is building that relationship with your students. Like even with again the politics, is so much politics behind education, if you ask me.
It is. It's a true
But
statement. It always has been.
beyond the politics, that's the one thing that remains the same. You need to build a rapport with your students. Once you build that rapport and that relationship with your students, they will do whatever you need them to do. They will thrive the way you need them to thrive. And if you have that conversation with them, so feedback and reflection is important for the teacher and the student. If you give them that expectation, hey, look, this is what I want you to do. This is what we're going to accomplish together. A, B, C, and D, and let them know because kids don't like to disappoint you, and that's coming from a child, not as a educator, as a child. I'm somebody's child, and that's the one thing that tear me up. I hate to disappoint like the parental figures in my life. So
Oh.
once you set that relationship with that student, they'll thrive and do whatever else you need them to do.
Hmm.
So I don't
Wow.
think, and then again, they go back to me stating earlier, like every child is different, every child is diverse. So you just got to find a way to tap into that kid. You got to find a way to get that kid's attention, show them that, hey, I'm not here to hurt you, I'm here to help you. And however you want to thrive, if you said, if Miss Nikki said all the time, you want to be the best you that can. So if you want to be the best criminal, you be the best criminal there is.
Support.
But just maybe sometimes too, we should just ask, well, what do you want to do? How do you want to proceed? How do
Hmm.
you want to go about learning in the classroom so I can do that? Because I find myself asking my kids, and I'm trying to make it a habit because I think that's important. So at the end of my lesson, I'm going, hey, what did I do wrong? Is there anything I could do better? What do you think I should do better as your teacher to help you thrive in my class? And surprisingly, they're telling me, oh, well, you can slow down a little bit. You moving too fast, or maybe we should do more hands-on things. Like kids gonna tell you if you ask. And the
Mm-hmm.
other thing about it is, I know in my era, that's crazy because I can say that now. In my era, uh, It's do what I say and not what I do. But now it's like, of course, we see a different generation of kids that's not flying for them. It's not you do what I say. So now, and I'm not saying I'm giving them options, but I do think it's important to just know what they're thinking. How can I best help you be the best version of you? Is
Hmm.
what I think. So if you have that conversation with them, I think they won't regress.
Yeah, definitely. And so, see, that's exactly what I love about making sure that that foundation is laid. Because that's good word. That's good what you
I finna
said.
say, even now, me being an adult, you do that to me. Well, Corey, what do you want it to look like? Or you can give me suggestions. Corey, you don't have to do what I say. Like it's just a suggestion.
It's a healthy
And again,
suggestion.
it go back to me because I do it again as an adult. I be like, well, I don't want to. In my mind, I'm thinking I don't want to disappoint them. What if it don't go the way it should? I should have listened to them to begin with. And you're just like, it's okay. You don't have to take it. What works for you is what you need to do. And it's crazy because I find myself having conversations with my friends, and I'm like, "Hey, friend, what worked for you might not work for me, and vice versa. So you got to do what's best for you."
She getting it, Tanya. She getting it, Tanya. She getting it. That's that foundation. And it works. It's proven, y'all. It's proven. It's proven. No, seriously, because that's what it's about. It's about what do you want to do? I did. I learned a long time ago in early child care education. Hey, tell these children the truth. If that's what you want to be the best at it. That's all I can give you. Because me trying to change your mind and tell you, no, you're going to be a doctor. You're not interested in none of that. And there is a lot of people now, a lot of adults who are in the wrong field of work because they're so busy living out their mothers and fathers and grandparents' American beautiful dream of something that they don't like. That's how we ended up with all these educators because they're just there. It's easy to do. My grandmother was a teacher. My auntie was a teacher. My friend was a child. If you don't like teaching, go do something else. Go do something else because it's showing up in your day to day work. And it is, you guys, education is a passion work. It is truly, honestly, what the statement is said that you got to do this for free because they're not going to pay you your worth. They're not. The system ain't even designed to pay you your worth. But of course, it's given the fulfillment to know that you have children like Koya and other kids who will come back and tell you how much of an impact that you have been in their lives and for you to see this, right? All is not lost in education despite of all the things that we see that is happening. And I know that we're having a lot of outbreaks of situations and things that are going on because there's no more connecting the dots to things. We're sitting here arguing about a person who has none certifications versus someone who does have a certification. Let me explain and say it to you again. There used to be a real life standard set for educators. You had to have an actual early childhood education bachelor's degree, and also you had to have an elementary education degree. You had to have a secondary educational degree, a degree in education to be a teacher. Now when they had this shortage to come about because teachers was leaving the profession and the field altogether once they, just like Clay said, started all the bigger portion of the politicking because it was always happening, but then they just got all out wide with it. Then you made the choice and the decision to say, oh, we're gonna take anybody. So you got a sociology degree. Come on, just take this test. You want to be okay, so you want to be a music director. Okay, come on. Okay, so you want to learn how to build planes, but come on over here. Just take the certification. So you have people in the wrong fields of work, their whole entire work of going to school. And then you have offered them, here's a forgiveness plan. Go ahead on and go to these inner city schools, and we're going to take your debt away. Of course they going to come. But there's
They
no
ain't
real
took
life connection. Say it again.
they ain't took my debt away yet.
Well, you better get on them and talk to them because they sure can. Because seriously, you working in an area of a high risk school educational space, and they'll do it. But I love the fact is of what you said. give opportunity, encourage the space. So I think that is cool. That is really good. So let me ask you this here, Koya. As you have become an author, how is it? How is the feel of being an author and really seriously being like that's a big flex. I don't know if you flexing real big, but
I'm
honey,
not
let's
flexing really. I'm not a flexer. I don't
girl,
flex.
you better market this book. You crazy?
Ah, that's the hard part for me as an author because um I don't market. Like I said, I and let me not lie, I do market because I'm pretty sure I blew up some of y'all pages.
Yeah,
But
wonderful.
I just marketing is not my headspace be. I just be
Mhm.
trying to like write. That's the part to me. So long as I'm writing, I'm okay. If my
But
mindset
you
is
got a
nobody else
great, but
see
you got a great team. Shouts out
I
to the
do.
sisters. Baby,
I,
listen. Now
I love to my
you better
sister.
pull on that marketing
Stop
team.
playing with my sister. Stop playing with my sisters.
You
Yes,
better
my
let Pooh,
baby.
you better let Pooh be that dang on marketing
Pooh is
person.
honestly, truly, Pooh is amazing at marketing. Like
She
my
is.
sisters have that talent. Like Pooh was
Yeah,
like, "Say, man, what your sponsors?" I'm like, "Bro, I don't need no sponsor." She was like, "Yes, you do. What are you
that's
doing?"
right.
Like
That's right.
my sisters, they my heartbeats for sure.
That's
My
right.
sisters always
Pooh,
got
get
my
with me, Pooh. Pooh been trying to work for me. Let me tell you something. Pooh was a
back.
real life hustler. Pooh been trying to work for me
Pooh
ever
is
since she was a little bitty girl. Pooh got in my program. I was not supposed to have no teenagers in there. Pooh hustled her way all the way through to the program till she made me create a space for the young siblings. That's who made me have a little space for the young siblings. Yeah, it was Pooh. There was Pooh. She did that. Pooh pulled it off. So you need to get Pooh on your marketing team.
Pooh. I tell her, I when my money get up, she must definitely gotta be on payroll. But all my sisters I love
Yeah,
them because they of course, and my sister said all the time, kids says it all the time. She was like, "We know our positions. We know how to make each other
that's
thrive."
right. That's
And
right.
my sisters, like, they're amazing. I love my
Yes.
sisters. I
Kid,
might not
kid
they
is
might
kid
not hear
is
me
the
say it
mama.
often. They might not hear me say it often. They say I'm the mean one, I'm the tough one, I'm the hard one. But I'm seeing it on the internet. I love y'all. They are
That's right.
amazing.
Kid is the mama. Kid keeps everything in order. She's a timekeeper. And Kitana just flows in and get in there and get it where she need to get it and put everything where it needs to go. So
Trying to get
you
in
guys
and get
do.
out.
She
Kitani and
does.
Pooh get in and get out.
Yeah.
They
And
do
that's
their
good.
part and they gone.
That's good. They do their service piece and they move on. So I
And
think
they
that is a
gone.
good
But
idea.
kid, yeah, me and kid, we the ones that are the planners, the thinkers. We put
Yeah.
everything together.
Absolutely. And they did an amazing job. I think you guys, you always know I'm talking about birthing our businesses and doing what has to be done. So there it is. That's a business that was birthed through that project itself. You have built your own thriving team. All you gotta do is just what? Put forth your best foot forward and go ahead on the go with it.
Yeah, you tell me to delegate. I'm still
Absolutely.
working on it. I'm still
Absolutely.
working on it.
Absolutely. So
I'm
guess
still,
what? Have your emotions gotten the best of you?
why you say
I'm
that?
just asking. Have they got the best of you?
Since I wrote the book,
Yeah.
like I said, I did shed a tear too, and it was a. Let me just say, it was a tear of joy. Okay, it
Hmm.
wasn't like me. Okay, I probably was a big baby, but in that moment, like at the book signing, I did boohoo cry, and everybody was looking at me like, "What's wrong? What's up? Why
Right.
she? What happened?" And it was just like a aha moment for me because I never, again, coming from like my situation, my background, my struggles, just seeing that moment, and I'm like, okay, I really see who really here for me. Like it was a like a happy moment, appreciation cry, really, like just the support system that I have and how people really like cut for me. That was like big for me. So I just had to let that out. But it won't happen again. It won't happen again. You won't see me shed another tear.
Right, right, exactly. Yeah. It was so funny because, I was sitting in you guys whenever I have to go and support an author, that we at Her Pen Right Publishing and Pen Friends with Pens, when we have to go out and actually go into the space and support those persons in some type of fashion, I sit there and I'm able to sit and just sit there and be like, this is cool. Wow, we did it again.
You really
But to
did.
see your child, pull it off, and it's like, wow. I wanted to be a little emotional more, but I was like, hold on, girl, hold yourself, hold yourself. But when I saw her crying, I already knew what it was because it hit her in a way of, oh wow, like I really seriously am an author. I really seriously have a book. I have something that is going to go down in history. Like literally, you can say, Google me, baby, because you're Googleable, right? And so to somebody else, it's like, oh, that ain't much of nothing. She just, no, baby, this is something that's big deal. And yeah, best-selling authors is amazing to be, but to continue to thrive and continue to get and continue to build relationships. And like she said, my support system. Koya, let me explain and say, your support for your book, for the book signing, is going to come naturally with those who you invite. But your real, true aha, I have really made it moment is if you find yourself on a Zoom overseas with women holding your book, talking about it, and really seriously communicating. And you may not be able to physically go to that country, but you are honestly able to virtually go to that country, and they're there waiting for you. Um, that was a big moment for me because again, I was like, whoo, I'm not going to write no book. That ain't my area. But when I did write the book, and now that I have written my 3 books, and it's like, and one more to come, and another one to come, and another one to come. But those are
Okay, so you
moments.
flexing.
Absolutely. I always flex.
Are
I'm
you
always
flexing?
flexing. Always flexing. Always flexing. And then and that's the craziness of it is because this is not our only book that we have published. I'm excited about publishing my child's book this time, y'all. And that's why I want to make sure that I am also showing examples of how it works, of being able to support your own and then moving forward. But you're gonna find your readers, you're gonna find your people. They need to see you. Don't just be a one and done with them. Give them an opportunity to really seriously love on you and see this book. You have great people who truly, honestly support you, and you have readers. Find your readers. You know, the Chretien clan. You got to find them. Where they at? Where's the crew? Where's the people that really seriously are looking for you? And that's why your marketing is good. That's why it is important because they want to know. Now it's time to share more. It's time to really seriously push out. That's why I'm so glad that you came on our platform because you didn't have to. Honestly, I sure do make a lot of jokes and tell my friends and family, you've been voluntold. But the truth is, you guys, nobody has to come and support you on your platforms. Nobody has to come and be a part of what you do. Nobody has to really seriously come in and really be a part of it. It's a choice, right? It's a
Mhm.
choice. And so I thank you for coming on and telling your story. I just thank you for allowing me to be a part of your life, period, because it's a choice. You could have just came and said, okay, that's the nice little lady from the community. Okay, cool, boom, let me go. Let me find, but it was
I
something.
I think relationships are important. People who enter my life, I love on them because you never know what people going through and what they need. I like the success stories. I like people saying, "Man, I appreciate that girl. Like she really somebody to have on your team." So and then I'm big on just my own team. I appreciate my village and my system, and I just be want people to see that it's people out here to support you if you allow them to. You know.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think that is important. So let me ask you this question as well. Do you find yourself able to really seriously speak life into the children around you? And have you had an aha moment with them where they've came back and reminded you?
Um, I don't know. I gotta think about that. That's a good question though, because I mean, I know if kids, the kids that I have worked with on this side of time, if they see me, they speak. That's my old teacher, Miss Cratchit. they want to get in my car and stuff, and
Right.
and I'm just like, no, go home. You don't have nowhere to be.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen you doing your
Um,
community service work, and they have came to the yard and
and help with the give
and
back. Yeah.
help. Yeah.
And those babies were my first babies. So of course my first baby's gonna always have like a, not that all my kids don't have a big space in my heart, but my first baby, that was the first class that I had. So their parents entrusted me enough to like pour into their child.
Hmm.
Um every day I'm praying, when I get up, God, when I step into a classroom, let me pour everything I need to pour into the kids educationally and morally to build them to be great adults. So, I mean, if I don't see it now, I'm sure down the line somewhere somebody gonna say me. And then my last name so rare. I know they gonna be talking about me when they say Miss Chretien. Like, so I'm excited to see that. Um, but like I said, I'm still a newbie. I'm still trying to grow my little kid village of babies that I got the chance to pour into. But I'm excited to see how it turned out, though.
What you have, I can give you some reflections of your kid village. So Takoya was at CLLDC, which was Children Love and Life Development Center, my child care center. And Koya was a actual everything. I would say she started out as a after school teacher, but she ended up being an infant teacher. She was everything, y'all. She was in leadership. She was a manager. And Koya's class was the actual after school children. And so Koya has made a big impact on a lot of those children's lives. And one of her babies is at Sam Houston University, and she is a junior this year. Actually, she graduated with her associate degree, and she's a junior. And then now she has another student who has one son and one more baby on the way. She's doing well. She's thriving. And then she has one of her students is in the military, and another student is doing well. She's doing makeup and hair. And so she has created some spaces for her children as well. Even one of her other after schoolers is a senior. No, he's a junior in high school. And so she's getting ready to graduate out one of her babies. And so you should be really proud of yourself, Miss Takoya.
I'm excited. I'm excited. Yeah.
Yeah. And so
I
that was
think
her
that's
first group
amazing.
of children. What's going on, Sonya Ray? Mimi's in the building, y'all. Elite Professional
Maybe
Services. Thank you so much for your sponsorship. Yes. And so these are things that you really, truly, honestly, you have to be excited about. You have to seriously get really excited about those opportunities to just say you did it. You guys were my first team program, and Jesus
I
fixed it.
could tell.
Oh, yeah.
I could tell.
Oh, yes, y'all was. Y'all was my first team
Yeah,
program.
that was
And
a
I
time to
quit.
be
I didn't
alive.
quit. I quit on y'all. And y'all came across the street to that bus stop. Baby, I walked out on y'all. I was done.
She didn't quit on me.
Yeah, I quit. I was
She
done.
didn't quit on me.
I was done with y'all. And baby, every time y'all saw my truck in the village, and I said, don't
We
come over here no more. Don't ever come over here.
we get to chasing the truck. Then she'll pull out.
Yeah, like it was an ice cream truck. And that was crazy to me. That was so crazy. What? That's what I wanted to know. So, why did y'all really seriously think that it was okay um, to
Right.
harass my time?
Technically, it wasn't me. Let's start there. It would be the other kids. It would not be me.
Right.
And it's like, you know who the good teachers or the good educators be, because they always attract the bad kids. Now, if you can get the bad kids to do right, then you own to something.
Yeah, I
You
have
own
a
to
whole
something.
alternative program.
Minus me though. Me and my friend wasn't bad. We was forced to go to the program. I told y'all that when we started this interview. Well, my best friend wasn't forced, but she went because I went, and I didn't want to go by myself because my mama made me go. But
You know,
the bad
that's sad.
the bad kids loved her, and they wouldn't leave her alone.
Sure wouldn't. Sure would.
And we was just along for the ride. That's all it was.
Yeah, okay. Y'all did y'all little dirts too. Send her the question. Send her a question about sex.
Go with that question. I did not ask you that question. The question
Miss
was,
Sticky,
I'm
Miss
grown
Sticky.
now. I'm grown now. Tell me what the question was.
Oh, it was a, uh, how do you have sex? I say, what? What?
And she tell it the same way every time. I
She
know
was
it's a
like,
lie.
wait a minute. What?
What was the question?
How do you have sex? Y'all was very, and y'all both was looking like, I'm like, wait a minute.
I hope my best friend is watching this. One of
I
my best
hope
friends
she
is
is
watching.
too. Tamara, are you on? Because the
Hey,
thing is that
Jenny Golden.
Jenny Golden, are you on? Come on,
Tell
Jenny.
her we did not ask that question. She said we asked that question every time we talk about this
Every
story, and I
single
know
time.
we did not
And I
ask
was
that.
like, because I said, did y'all have any questions? Any questions about it? And then I had to go in close. And I'm like, what? I just couldn't believe I was so shocked that they wanted to know that. Now I expected that from the other ones, but them two,
Uh-uh. We
I
did not
didn't
ask that
expect that.
question.
I was not expecting that from them. And then from there I said, wait a minute, I gotta watch them because they are too inquisitive about this one little question.
I
Just too
know we didn't
inquisitive.
ask
And then I brought them pictures of all the STDs and everything,
that.
scared them up
Crazy.
real good.
I was like, whoa, okay, yeah, never
Yeah.
mind.
I did a little scared straight with them real good, got them real
And
good and
we had
scared.
to endure that every summer. I think we did that class like 3 summers in a row.
That's right. Sure did. Because I needed y'all to understand. Yes, I need y'all to understand. And that's exactly what it was.
It
I
was
wanted y'all to understand
it
the clear examples of it.
it was not a pretty
Scared
sight. I
straight.
will say that.
Pictures will scare you straight.
It was
But
not pretty at all.
But you know what? I just really think that that was a really good program that we were able to provide you guys with. And of course, truly, honestly, it really did take down a lot of issues. That's what I speak about when I say, how can you problem solve within your community and bringing in these things? Parents, these are programs that you need in your community. And when I say community, I'm talking about if you know your children are experiencing some difficulties with having conversations and talking and really serious. I was able to pull out a lot of things that my parents didn't even know. And I would bring the conversations to their attention. And they'd be like, Miss Nikki, I wasn't even aware of that. And I've received so many times parents have said, I thank you, Miss Nikki, for having that tough conversation with my child. And they felt comfortable with sharing it with you. So you parents have to start finding somebody to help you navigate through. And that's what it was. That's really what it was. And so Miss Takoya is a teacher. She now has taken. I passed on the torch to her. Well, she now can be the at-risk teacher. I'm going to put an at-risk program together, and she's going to be the
I
at-risk teacher.
honestly and truly, I so keep in mind before I started teaching, I was working with the city of Houston,
Hmm.
parks and rec, and this is before I started working with Miss Nikki.
Hmm.
So I even though I was a kid with kids.
Yeah.
And I do think that programs like that are amazing, especially because it's not the everyday math, science, reading, social studies. It
Yeah.
goes beyond that, and it gives kids like an outlet, somewhere to like just be them and not have to focus on test scores or making at least a C in class and not having to conform to school rules and regulations.
Yeah.
So I do think if kids get those opportunities, those are great places to set foundations. And like your last show last Sunday with Miss Trish, where she talked about how the parents just vetted the team and who was surrounding her children. I think what she was saying was important too. Like the parents should be involved and just getting to know the people and building that connection because that's a part of the school too. The parents are supposed to build that foundation, that connection
Absolutely.
with the people who are in their child's lives from 8 to 5.
Yeah. Well,
One,
one thing I can tell you about a thing of that was I didn't meet your mom until I met, I met your mom at the parent program appreciation with the children. I met your mom then. I met her one time when I took her the paper, and then I met her at the program, and it was so funny how her and Stephanie said they had spoke at the program and said that, and I remember that. Ma'am, we knew you wasn't gonna play with these kids. That's why we kept sending them. And I was like, wow. And I didn't understand because I was so frustrated when I went. Did you go to the hockey game with us? When we went to the hockey game over there, and y'all was there with me up until 1 o'clock in the morning. Parents, I didn't understand that on a Friday night. Y'all had the children out with me till 1 o'clock in the morning
I
at the
didn't think I
hockey
went to
game.
the hockey game.
Child, that was so funny to me that not one parent called me. And I asked that question. Why y'all ain't called? And they said, because we knew our children was safe. We knew our kids were safe. So even with parents who were that were in their own way, as we would say, they don't care about their children. They didn't follow up or whatever. But parents know. Parents do know when there are good people around their kids and they are concerned. And when you feel comfortable with them, you feel comfortable with them. Now, somebody today's time and era would say, now that was horrible parenting. Well, we believed in the village system. And one thing about my job was I'm going to make sure that every child is safe, every child got home, every child got discipline, everybody got loved and affection, and they were all treated well beyond what it was that they came into that situation. You wasn't coming in that building with your household problems. You were coming in there to do one thing, and that was to be a kid. Even those who were responsible for their siblings, even those who were going through their own heartaches and pains, we gave them freedom space to be children because that's needed, that's necessary. So that's why I say, yeah, Corey, you got to bring that program in, bring it back because it's now time to teach what you have learned. Yeah. So we'll get that started, you guys. I'm going to start putting it together. So I put something together
Sure,
so
why not?
Sequoia,
Okay.
so Miss Sequoia can have her great aha moments and get her little children who would not ever leave her. See, you got to get the karma back. But I'm
I
proud
get it
of you.
Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 4:45.
Yeah, I thought my program was supposed to have been from 3 until 7:30, but it went all the way every time I pulled up at my sister's house. Even on the weekend, people started chasing my vehicle down.
That's because you allowed it.
Oh, okay, okay,
You allowed it.
okay, okay. All right. I allowed it. I allowed it. Even when I was going down to the hill, and I allowed it. I allowed it. When I had to check on my child down at school, I allowed it.
You
I ain't gonna say
allowed
that. I ain't gonna say when I allowed it. You gotta make sure you cheered it good. I allowed it. No, I'm just
you
excited.
allowed
So let's talk about your life of relationship and single, fancy free relationship and what you got going on.
Okay, just dive in the deep end, huh?
That's right. That's right.
I am single.
Okay.
I'm single.
I'm single. I'm single. Okay.
I'm
So
single.
are you looking for a friend?
I'm looking for you. Come on, everybody. Tell me how you doing. I feel like, and I did say, relationships are important, but
Hmm.
people today are crazy.
Uh, true.
I
I believe
just,
it. I believe you.
the dating pool is crazy.
Hmm. Yeah.
I don't have much comment. I can't comment on something I don't have. Uh,
So are you so do you find it that in you guys generation that um y'all are struggling way more than the elder generation in dating, or is it pretty much a equal? Because I'm
mm,
single and I'm satisfied with the Lord, but if He send me somebody, I'm gonna be excited. The right somebody, Jesus, not just anybody, just the
the
right
right,
somebody.
and I think that's what it is. But I don't know. You gotta be in tune with you, and maybe that's why I'm still by myself because I'm still learning to be in tune with me. I
Okay.
mean, people do get lonely. I get lonely. I'm human. I like
Okay, Lenny
companionship just
Williams.
like everybody else.
All
But
right, little Lenny Williams. Little Lenny. You're lonely.
it's a process. So I'm just
Mhm.
going along with the process because the foolishness. I mean, I say it, but I guess I gotta be mindful of what I say and how I say it. Like you gonna
Mhm.
put everybody gonna put up with something. It's just a matter of what you're really willing to tolerate.
Yeah.
And and
But it
and
goes
I
back to what you
think
say, nothing triggers.
in the same breath, I don't want to have to tolerate anything. Like I want something that's natural and purposeful and thriving. And I, I think the word for me right now is reciprocation. Like if
Mhm.
you know me, I bend over backwards, and people don't give you the same thing you dish out. Like
Yeah.
I was taught, you do unto others what you want them to do unto you, and that's not the world we living in right now.
Hmm.
So,
But there is
um,
somebody. There is
I'm
someone.
not. I'm not saying there's nobody. God taking his time. You just gotta respect God's timing. So
Yeah.
my time and God's time is two different things. So whatever's for me is for me, and I'm gonna get it regardless, and can't nobody stop it. So
Hmm. So do you
whenever,
find
whenever,
yourself going out? Look, Mimi said, Amen. Preach. Okay. But let me ask you this here. Are you going out? Are you in the house? Where will he find you at? Will he find you at the Amazon? Dropping off Amazon
maybe
package
it be emotional cocktails. Look me up. I might be there. That's probably where you gonna find me.
at the Amazon bookstore at the store. Yeah.
Online.
All right.
Honestly, truly, I've been told that, I can't expect to be found if I'm not out and mingling with people. But
True.
no, I mean, I get that. I'm working on it. I do go out sometimes. I'm be so in tune with my peace and being in big crowds. I don't need all that. So
But you ain't got to be in a big crowd. You can go to the store.
price, period. I do go to the store. I don't even like, so let's I don't even like DoorDash. The money that I could spend for somebody to DoorDash me my stuff, I could put that in my gas tank and go.
Mhm.
So I do go to the store. I do, you know,
So are you
um
just going to the store to pick up your things, or are you going intentionally to go and pick up something?
if you ask me, do I do a pickup or do I walk in the store? I walk in the store.
But no, but
I
I'm saying when you're going, are you going like, I'm going down aisle three, let me get my stuff, let me get this and I'm out the
So
door? Or do you kind of like
okay, so
walk?
maybe you can help me because you've been grilling me and questioning me. How is this supposed to work? Am I supposed to be like, do, 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 do? Ooh, I wonder if he looking at me like.
That's right. That's right. First of all, I'm the host of the show and I am trying to get the information to the paper.
I
Y'all,
don't know how that's supposed
excuse
to
me,
work.
y'all. Excuse me. This is what I be talking about
See,
with your
like
children.
it's a lot of politics behind relationships and all that, and
Lady. Is that your
it's
new word? It's a lot of politics.
it's a lot of politics behind that. I just don't have time for it.
Listen,
I
y'all. This child has learned this word politics. Now she did politic to everybody.
I like the word politics.
I
There's a
see
lot
you. I see you.
of
It's got a lot of politics behind it.
lot of politics behind that. Politics is a lot. Shout out to the politics in the world because it's a lot of work. It's a it's a lot of work. And I don't like I like it's crazy because my sister, she asked me, she's like, why does everything have to be so black and white for you? Cause I'm like, that's what
True.
it is.
Yeah.
It's black and white. She was like, there's no room for gray areas with you. It's not.
No.
It's
It's
either
not.
gonna be what it be or it's not.
Yeah.
You
I'm
s-
sorry.
you
I apologize, sister, that she was raised that way. That's what it is. Black and white. We don't do the grays. They're not
I
good.
just they be
They
like,
keep
you
they
gotta be
keep
so
an
literal.
emotional cocktail there in the grays.
This is as gray as it gets.
That's right. But it was
I don't
straight.
know.
But it's in black and white though. It's in black and white. It's
It's
clear
most
black and white.
definitely in black and white.
Okay, so what you're saying is, let me make sure that I'm understanding you good. So you're saying that um the intentions of going to the store of getting into the store and really just going through the aisles and then bumping into somebody is like less than do you need them to just say, "Hey, girl, I like
You
you." Are you gonna pick up on
yes,
that flirt?
I'm one of those people, like, I don't do subliminals because I get dingy. I don't you probably winking at me, I'll be like, "Some of your eyes, you okay?" Like, just I'm one of those people, you have to be straightforward with me. Just tell me what it is, because Pooh hates it. Pooh be like, "You just get on my nerve." Well, just say what you gotta say, cause all the extra shit. I mean, excuse me, the all
See
the
what
extra.
I'm saying, y'all? There they go. There you
The
go.
extra I don't be understanding. Just tell me what it is. Let me know what it's gonna be, so I know how to adjust. My boss said perfectly all the time. Don't panic, pivot. So I need to know what I need to do. So if I need to pivot, I could pivot and go about my business. So yes, don't put me in no gray area, cause what to me what it is what if you don't like certain actions that I do? But now because I gotta try and figure out what you're doing, how you moving, I'm doing stuff that you don't like because you won't just be straightforward and tell me what it is.
Absolutely true. That is true. That is true, y'all. She learned that at home. Straightforward. What do you need? Yes or no? Let's not do the maybes. Yeah, definitely. But I mean, I'm in a place too where I'm learning how a flirt looks. I don't do well with it, but I mean, I'm trying. Oh, you were trying to flirt. Okay, I'm sorry, didn't see it. Yeah. So um how do you picture finding yourself in the right place? Where do you find
I
yourself
don't
at?
know what that looks like until I know. We both when I know you'll know. I don't know. I'm
Well,
I just my mindset is I'm grateful if and when God sends me who I'm supposed to have. And another thing that's resonating with me is like equally yoked. I'm trying to figure out what does that look like for me. Like
hmm
I just if I don't do get nothing else, because I feel like I'm a pretty simple person. I don't have to be rich. I don't have to be famous. Long as I'm comfortable, I complete my purpose before God take me from this earth. I feel like I'd be okay. And if
hmm
I could do that with my person, that's a plus. I feel like
so are you walking in your purpose? Are you out there doing your purpose and your person is there?
that I'm still working on that too. I don't know. I feel like, of course, there's always so much more I could be doing. But like you say, every day is a journey. So long as I'm appreciating the journey and I'm and I'm directed where I'm supposed to be going. I'm with the people I'm supposed to be with to help me grow and be a better me so that I can fulfill my purpose to do whatever it needs to do for God to be pleased with me. That's what I'm working on. And
So are
whatever
you are
falls,
you are you putting yourself in positions of, I know you said I'm trying to figure that out, but as you're figuring it out, do you navigate towards those places and spaces? Are you um really seriously honing in on that space?
like I said again, I'm still trying to figure out what my purpose is.
hmm
I mean, I could go off what people say I'm good at, or what people say this should look like for me. But at the end of the day, I gotta do what's best for me. Like I said, I'm still trying to figure out what my purpose is. I honestly don't think I know what it is yet.
Have you asked God?
Um, I don't. Now that I think about it, directly ask God. No,
You should ask God.
I do that.
Do you think that you're running from your purpose?
I don't. I don't know. Like I say, that these lines of questions are still things that I to this day I'm asking myself. I don't know what that looks like
Okay.
for me as far as purpose.
And one thing truly for surely that everyone should note is that purpose don't have to be a plethora of things. It just has to be one willing yes. And the navigation for where you're headed in purpose, it will come on once you ask God, once you ask him to guide and to give and to govern, it's gonna happen. And Ruth was working. She was working in the field. She was doing her work. The Proverbs 31 woman, she was working. She was working. She always was working. Esther was preparing herself to work, to be the queen. She was working. So the key word is that work.
At
Gotta
work.
work.
That's what it said, at
That
work.
work. That work. So you must be yeah, you must have
Literally? You mean literally or
yeah, literally she was at her job. The Proverbs 31 woman was doing her job. She was getting her house prepared and ready to work. Esther was prepared to be the queen. She was working on how she needed to appear and to show herself. I'm just saying, work is a good place to do some things. And you
Mhm.
may just pass your mate up every day. You probably be sitting on the side of him working.
Nah, he ain't sitting on the side of me, but I got my eye on somebody.
See what I'm saying? Sir, go up to her and say, hey girl, I'm working. Hey
Cause
girl, hey girl,
that's
how you
another
say, hey
now I
Koya, hey Takoya, I'm your mate.
he
Cause
gotta be
when
little, but
he little,
honestly
he
and
gotta be
truly another
little.
thing.
He a little man.
Huh?
He a little
Huh?
man. Sir, are you little? Are you tall? Are you small?
Man, cut it out. Discernment. Just knowing who's for you.
Yeah,
I cause I know that's probably something I should be working on too. Just not being available for everybody. And I recently had a conversation with somebody about that.
yeah.
I make myself available for everybody. What they
Mm-hmm.
call it? Is love bombing? Is that what it is?
What? Trauma bond?
Love bombing. Love bombing.
I don't know about no love bombing, baby. I just know that when you're available for folks all the time, that means you ain't got nothing else to do.
No,
You too.
I'm not. Cause I always have something to do. So my thing is, I a lot like I could be doing something and I allot time. I make time, and
Mhm.
again, it goes back to reciprocation. I can't be like that accessible to people because they take advantage or
Absolutely. You can't. You
so
cannot.
just having discernment and knowing who to allot my time to, who's worth having my time, who's worth
Mhm.
me dropping everything and going to go see about it, go help or go, whatever the case may be. So
Yeah. You have to. You have to. You have to. You have to know your value. Sometimes people got to miss you, and in missing you mean you have to be MIA. Yeah, they got to miss you. And then there's some places in space. There's some doors that they just can't go in. There's some areas that they just cannot be there. There's some places and some rooms that they just cannot sit with you. That's why VIP is what it is. Very important people. There's general admission, then there's VIP. The reason why people pay over the price for VIP is because it's just what it is. There's a different atmosphere, there's a different opportunity, and there's something that you will not gain in the general public. There's some things that is said, there's some perks, some privies that do not happen there. That's what it is. You're VIP. So when you're VIP, you move like VIP. You're an author.
that makes sense.
They have to call your team now. I say it all the time. You're gonna call my phone, you're gonna talk to my assistant. And people don't like it. Now the conversation that the picking the brain is gonna cost you something. You can't just pick my brain no more. You gotta pick it to pay. So,
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
and that's what it is. And even with dating and everything. And it's nothing wrong with having a boundary, setting a standard, and being in a place to where you want to make sure that it's something that's going to truly honestly work for you and work through you. So you want to do that too. I think that is cool. I'm proud of you, kid.
Thanks.
Super proud of you. I'm super proud of you. So go ahead on and give us a word, something kind, and pour back in, and then we'll go.
Something kind. Hmm. I would say that you gotta love you first. You got to make sure you in tune and you're okay before you can make somebody else okay or step in. Um, I will also say the best way to do that is to keep God first, and everything else will fall into place. That's something get preached to me daily. God first, and everything else will fall the way it's supposed to. So, if I don't do nothing else, I'm always trying to build my relationship with God, and I think that's important. And others should do the same because, again, it took me a long time, and of course, I went to church and all that as a kid, but as an adult. your relationship, you really take, if you are serious about it, you take your relationship with God like a little bit more serious. And that's what I'm on right now, making sure that my relationship with God grows and gets stronger and better so that I can do what I need to do. So I think if you keep God first, everything else will follow. That's my positive.
Oh, I'm super proud of you. Thank you for coming on tonight. We
Thank
appreciate you.
you.
And of course, go ahead on and drop the information. Where can they get their autographed copy or their copy of this amazing book, Emotional Cocktails? So tell the people where they can find you at and how they can stay connected.
You can find the book on Amazon, Emotional Cocktails under Self Help. You can also purchase from me personally. If you want to get in contact or in reaching me on Facebook, Author Ta'Carya Chretien, and on Instagram, Author Ta'Carya Chretien. Um, I think Emotional Cocktails. I have my favorites, but I'm always intrigued to know what's your favorite, what you think. Um, if you can get it in touch with Simply Her Movement, she might have some copies of Emotional Cocktails. Get on her nerves. uh, I heard her team should have copies too. Yeah, my personal Facebook. I seem to get a lot more motion on there. Koya Antoinette John Shay. Um, but yeah, Facebook, Instagram, Amazon.
All right. So we're super excited. Y'all give a big hand to the guest tonight, Ta'Carya Chretien, the author, Ta'Carya Chretien. I love you, kid.
Love you too.
Have a
Thank
good
y'all. Y'all
one.
have a good night.
Yes, ma'am. All right, you guys. Oh my God. Did y'all just enjoy that amazing interview with Ta'Carya Chretien? I'm so excited, y'all. Y'all just don't know how excited I am as a host and getting a chance to really seriously, you guys, speak to someone who they have watched me do my work, right? They watch me do my work. And I think it's important that you guys that we always know how to come back, how to bring back those persons who really seriously have walked the walk with you and just tell the story of what they have experienced with you. Emotions. Oh my God, we all have so many emotions and we have dealt with so many things. And I just want to make sure that you know that as a emotional cocktail of your own life, what is it that you have experienced? How have you experienced life and really, truly, honestly saw life for where you want it to be? We talked about a lot of great things. I mean, so many things were revealed. Of course, me being a real big person on let's really seriously unpack our backpack. So let's unpack life and let's do it. And I think we did a great job tonight with author Ta'Carya Chretien. I'm super, super proud of her and all of the great accomplishments that she has accomplished in her life as a woman, a young girl, and just an innocent little teenage chick that was trying to work through and navigate on how she can do the things that she wants to do now that she is doing. Y'all, exposure is very important. Parents, expose your children to positivity and also get them a village, a connection, somebody who can come along in their lives and help them to continue on to go into that next level. Listen, it's working for me. Tamala Mann said it best. It's working for me. I truly believe that each and every moment that we have with our children, our families, and everyone around us is an opportunity to be a growth. Now, listen, this Simply Her Empowerment Connection Show season is going to be something, oh my God, super, super, super amazing. Each and every week, each and every Sunday. We're planning on coming to you from 7 p.m. until 9 p.m. Thank you again to our amazing sponsors. I appreciate you, Elite Professional Services and Eli's Learning Academy 1 and 2 for rocking and rolling with us. Thank you, Her Pouring. And of course, you too can have an opportunity to be a sponsor here for the Simply Her Empowerment Connection Show. Come on now, get involved. All proceeds, they go towards the nonprofit organization, Simply Her Movement. And yes, we are 501c3, so we're charitable. And every tax deductible items that you purchase from us. Baby, listen, we're good ground. Help us continue to do the work that we do in our community. So stay connected. Go to our website, www.simplyhermovement.com, or come on, YouTube. Y'all go ahead and hit the subscribe button so that every time we come on, you can get a notification. To all our friends on Facebook, continue to like, tag, and share this video and letting everybody know. I'm super excited about what we have planned and how we are going to continue on the conversations and be a resource to you. Okay, y'all. So do me a favor. Have a great day. Have a great week. I will look forward to seeing you guys on next Sunday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Listen, it's not about what I say, it's about how I make you feel. And man, I hope I made you feel some type of way. Good night. Bye bye.